Park. And South Sydney break through for a win at this venue for the first time in 13 attempts, 0-12. Is there space to be exploited? Melbourne get adventurous for the first time. Little stumble by Farlongo. Breezes around Jai Gray and sets it up for Pappenhausen, who always scores against South Sydney. It's 9-7 now for Pappy.
The outside players made the effort. The fellas back in the middle just stood and watched.
I know the representative players, Kaloamatangi and Jai Arrow. We spoke about the fatigue element. It was upwards around nearly 6 minutes. And it showed they couldn't pick their legs up.
A week or two. Sullivan on to Gray. Oh, Kaloamatangi on the outside. Kind ricochet for Whiten. The only South Sydney player today with a positive record in Melbourne. And they do hit back here.
Over and over and over again they practice it. They keep it simple. But if your right-hand defence isn't on song, Wayne Bennett coach teams will hurt you. Billy.
Here goes Munster.
Right up the middle. Munster with a burst of speed. Breaking tackles. What a run this is from a body that's been rejuvenated by that off-season surgery. Duncan moving it on to Sullivan. On the outside for Whiten. Got rid of Meaney and Trysover. Slips out. How does the referee see this? Because Bentley Harpe picks up the scraps. Was it knocked out by Melbourne?
No try.
I think it's clearly knocked out here by Katoa.
Exactly knows what he's doing. This is a try. Wow, didn't see this coming.
3 minutes to go before the break. Pappenhausen, lovely ball, one more pass and in the corner. Coates gets another try at Amy Park. Storm kicking things off. These two teams could not be separated at half-time and unable to keep that one in from the kickoff. Melbourne set the tone in this second half.
92-68. And they've lost 4 of them. 4 second half.
Oh, Katoa! Like a thief in the nights. Takes it away from Bentley Harpe, who thought, where's the footy gone? Tyron Wishart injected into the game as the backup dummy half. Offload for Hughes. No obstruction behind Meaney. Look at Farlongo explode and Tyron Wishart, stumbled into a high shot.
Oh, Latrell Mitchell here. He could be in serious trouble. Well, he's falling into it.
King back out there as well. They go right side. Pappenhausen, delightful. Anderson in the corner with the acrobatics.
He's dropped it.
Not making too much ground. Again, the kick should come from inside their own half unless they get it to the outside. Katoa, Meaney with space. They want the kick back inboard. They're queuing up. Through the hands will work. Tyron Wishart. Oh, support everywhere he looked. And Meaney pulled the right rein. Latrell plays it on the last. Short side for Mitchell. Through the hands they go. Working a short side beautifully. Jai Gray, chip and chase. Did he hold his ground, Pappenhausen? No, he didn't. Referee says that's a penalty. Is it a professional foul? He keeps moving towards Gray deliberately. He'll lose this challenge, won't he?
100%.
After Jai Gray kicks the ball, Ryan Pappenhausen changes his line and sticks his right arm out.
Taking him out, potential there. It's in the bin.
So if he didn't challenge, he wouldn't have gone to the bin.
Great pass by Arrow, got it on the outside. Here comes Whiten at full speed. Anderson in cover, sensational. Keep an eye on the fullback, but they're going away from him to Sullivan. Gray should ice this, and does for Whiten. There's a pulse for South Sydney, but they want to get on with it. The Melbourne Storm in this city against South Sydney are 20-0. Get the job done in the end by 24 points to 16.
Craig, good to bounce back after last week, but they made you work for it.
Yeah, without doubt. We had a lot of field position there today, and probably our attack wasn't quite as fluent as we probably would have liked. I thought we defended a bit better than last week. I thought South were, really brave. Like the amount of defence they done in their own, 20, 30 metre area was. There was a lot of that, and I thought they handled it really well. So they were really competitive in tough situation and tough conditions too. So, but we were just glad to get back on the wagon again, and to get the win was good. I thought, as I said, we were probably a bit disjointed with our attack, but we'll work on that during the week, and hopefully we'll get it right for next week.
Ryan Pappenhausen, is that the worst challenge of all time now, considering he challenged and got himself sin binned for it?
Yeah, it's probably the worst result I've ever seen of a challenge, but I suppose someone will challenge one day and they'll get sent off. I'm not quite sure, but like I say, it wasn't probably a great thing to do. A great decision, I suppose, but probably gives a little bit of a rest for a couple of minutes.
You make of Ali Katoa's development since he's come to the Storm. Where does you rate it among the back rowers in the comp?
I don't think we'd swap him for anyone, to be quite honest. And he's since he's come here, he's I think he's surprised everybody with how good a player he is, but how smart a player he is too, and how skillful. He's obviously a big body, but he's a smart footy player and skillful to go with it. So I think we're all really glad that he landed here, and like I say, he's been doing a great job, and he's probably, with all due respect, probably our most consistent player if he's not been in the top 3 or 4.
Where did he find the belief from? Because when he left the Warriors, he was out of sorts, didn't know if he would, how far he would come. Where did he get that belief?
I'm not quite sure. You'd probably have to ask him that. But I know, as soon as he got here, he put the hard work in. And I think, if you prepare properly and you train as well as you can, and as I said, prepare properly, on the field, on the training pad again, away from it, where you get confidence out of that. So, but like I say, you'd probably have to ask him that.
Craig, how's Sewa, and what did you make of that tackle by Latrell?
I must say I didn't see it. I think I seen one sort of replay, which wasn't a, probably I'm not the one to judge on that. I'll have a look at it tomorrow, but I just think in the game now, there's a lot of, when people get hit high, they're dropping. I don't know whether you can. Sometimes you can control that. I know it's a dangerous place to go. To pick ones out that we think he could have controlled it, or you think he couldn't have controlled it. So I don't think anyone's going to go there. But I don't think there was too much malice in it. But as I said, I only had a quick look at it.
Cam, what did you think of it? You're probably a bit closer than Craig. Did you catch it, the hit? I know it happened in a split second, but...
Yeah, look, it's a contact sport, and at the end of the day, I know we're trying to protect a lot of players with obviously the head knocks and stuff, but I'm probably on the side of Craig. It's very hard to determine how hard it is. It's slippery out there, it's wet, force on force, has a lot of speed, Sewell's very quick, Latrell's very big, and I don't know where you want Latrell to go there. Sewell's obviously trying to engage him to be able to pass, and he slipped over. So I feel like sometimes it's hard to get yourself out of those positions when you fully in and into the contact. So there's always grey areas in that, and that's the reason why we play a contact sport. It's going to be contact at times, and blokes are not always going to get it right. So ideally, there was not a whole heap of malice by the look of it, and I'm sure he's got nothing to worry about. But I know where the game's trying to go and protect a lot of players, and as long as we keep it consistently around the game, I don't have a problem with it all. I know it didn't look good, but I don't know where you want him to go there as well.
Either way, Craig, sort of failed his HIA, so that's now another outside back concern for you heading into next week.
Yeah, well, he won't be playing, so that's a concern. I'm not quite sure. We had this run of injuries with our outside backs, and I don't think there'll be many of them coming back anytime soon. So, we're struggling a little bit there, and this certainly isn't going to help with Sewer not playing next week, but this is what it is. So we just got to make sure we move on and give someone else a chance.
How do you navigate that? Obviously, Magic Round's coming up, and then you got State of Origin, so you'll lose more players in Origin camp. How do you plan to navigate these next few weeks?
Just take it week by week and plan the week out, and then take it day by day, and just see what we got, what we haven't got, and try and make the most of it. Where
he's putting the boots on. Got him on the wing, back from the Raiders days.
I don't think I'll be much of a winger, but So like I say, it's no use panicking about it, and whatever it is, what it is. So we just got to try and all get together, with the leaders and the coaches, and just sort of throw up a few ideas on what we can do and what we can't do. I've been really happy with Joey Chan. He come on in the ruck today, but when Saul went off, he went in the centres, and he played a bit in the centres there last week as well. And he's done for a guy that hasn't sort of played in the centres before, he done a good job. So, like I say, our mentality's always been, sometimes it makes it hard with key players, but certainly when someone misses out, someone else gets a chance, and that's the way it is.
Nelson have a run anywhere this weekend, and is he available for next weekend?
I think he's going up to play up in the Queensland Cup tomorrow. It's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow. So I don't know. So I think he's going up there, and we'll see how he goes there, and he might get a run with us next week. But he's been out for a long time, and we just wanted to, just get him to go up there and have a bit of a run, and just see where he's at fitness-wise, but see where he's at, with his, the concussion thing too. So. Like I say, he's available this week, and I think he's playing tomorrow. It might be Sunday, but I think it's tomorrow.
Craig. Sorry, Craig. Before the game, there was an issue between the club and Indigenous performers who usually do a dance and do a welcome to country. They ended up not doing the welcome to country. Are we disappointed there wasn't one before the game, and the clubs had this misunderstanding with those groups?
I don't know anything about that. So that's the first I've heard of that. So, they'd have to get a bit more information.
Craig, tackling was a big feature of your game tonight. Trent Leora, we spoke about it a few weeks ago, once again Brunt, but also Bronson Garlick, who got his opportunity, and he really seized the moment as well. Yeah,
well, Bronson played last week as well, and I thought that's probably a strong point of his game, his defence, and I thought he was really good out there tonight. And while he certainly, it's hard to replace Harry. He certainly, done his job there, with his defence. So as long as he just keeps playing to his strengths, and that's all we expect of him. And like I say, he done a really good job today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Back, Ben. Why are you gracing us with your presence tonight?
Wayne's tooth fell out, so he's not talking real clearly. So he's let me have a go tonight.
Right, so didn't want to
ask him
talk.
to smile.
What is his front teeth?
Yeah.
Worried about how he looks.
Yeah.
What was his message after that one, mate?
There was a lot of effort. The boys really tried hard, but our execution's not quite there at the moment. It hasn't been for the last couple of weeks. So in some ways it's an easy fix, but when you're making the changes that we are week to week, it's getting difficult.
Yeah. How annoying has that been? Obviously, just the constant swapping in the lineup, losing your captain, your halfback 5'8".
Yeah, it's not ideal, but we've persevered and done pretty well so far this year with the changes that we've had. So we're not using that as an excuse, but it does make it more difficult to build cohesion and get our execution spot on. So that's sort of where we're at. We've got to deal with it, get back on the training pitch, and come back next week better.
Thoughts on the Latrell hit?
I honestly didn't get a real good look at it, but it did look like he lowered his level a fair bit, and Latrell tried to lower his level. And like I said, at the end of the day, we've got nothing more to say on it because it's going to be dealt with in the judiciary. So, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Is the margin for error in a tackle like that, too narrow? Anything can go wrong. Like you don't have time to sort of do a different tackle or change your direction.
Yeah, well, I thought they both tried. Well, he was falling, and I thought Latrell tried to lower his level. But when you're watching in slow mo, it obviously looks a lot worse than what it does when it's split second stuff. So, yeah, I mean, the judiciary will take care of it and we'll live with it.
Then how tough will it be to, if you do lose Latrell? Obviously, Cody's already missing, Cam Murray missing, a number of guys kind of not right yet. Like to reshuffle, losing another senior player and one of your best would just make it even harder, right?
Yeah, it would, but we've still got enough good players to win games. So we showed that last year that when we get it right, execution-wise, there's no reason why we can't still win games. So the next guy will come in and do a great job for us, and we just got to get back to working hard and make sure we can do that next week.
Are you happy with the level of defence? They kind of like peppered your line for a lot of the game tonight, but you sort of held tough for most of it.
Yeah, does Jack want to answer that one, or want to keep going?
No, you keep going.
Yeah, no, it was good. They're a quality side, Premiership favourites, are they? So they had a lot of ball down there. We've been defending quite well in our trial line, so we've been proud of that. But we're just still having moments in games where we're just not getting the job done defensively or with the ball at times. So if we clean that up, we're going to be fine.
Jack, given the weight of possession and territory against you guys, you must have been pretty happy at halftime when you went to the sheds to be at 10-all.
Coming off last week, we can take a lot of positives out of that. You know, we got a young team, a lot of position changes, and you know, we're sticking it to one of the better teams in the comp, and we're in the game the whole time and we're still making errors. So we'll take a lot of confidence out of that, but as Benny said, if we keep making the same errors, we're going to be getting the same results. So yeah, we'll just try and fix that.
How did you find the commemoration, like pre-match commemoration stuff out there? It was pretty silent and cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty overwhelming, you know. We've got some boys in our team with old men that served, and family members, and you know, there's a lot of pride, and the feel before we ran on was quite amazing.
Ben, what about in terms of Latrell? What did you make of his first start there at fullback anyway? And you know, obviously he took a lot of the kicking duties. What did you sort of make of his game?
Yeah, he's obviously got a lot of responsibility at the moment, captain, kicking, trying to be a playmaker as well. So he's going to get better every game. I mean, the more games he's played, the better he's going to get. So today was a good start for him at fullback, and like I said, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're fairly happy with him.
If there is more reshuffling, Ben, do you expect maybe Lewis Dodd to get a chance at starting it in the heart?
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, we'd have to look at that and look at the whole squad as a whole and see what we think is going to work best for us next week in Magic Round. So yeah, it's hard to say at this earlier stage.
Jai Gray had a real gig with a few try savers there, and I guess you can put him anywhere and he seems to go all day.
Yeah, he's playing great, Jai. He's so tough and he just wants to play and wants to do well. So whatever position we put him in, we know we're going to get from him. We're going to get a 9 out of 10 most weeks at the moment. So yeah, so happy for him. He's put in a lot of hard work over the last couple of years, and he's getting to bear the fruits of it this year.
Ben, from a coaching perspective, you're still searching for that chemistry, for that team balance to try and move forward to get that cohesive look about it?
Yeah, that's right. If we could just name the same side a couple of weeks in a row, we'd probably get that a lot quicker than what we're at the moment. But like I said, we've still got enough good players to win games. So we just got to work hard at training, and those chemistry and those combinations will start to gel.
Thanks, guys.